So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to the military topic, and this is delicate. So pardon me. I hope I get this right, because I don't often care too much about tiptoeing, but I do want to read this correctly. All right, we ready? Peace, we're back. Street 16 Podcast. Mike Barcliffe, Jeff McCoy, Chuma y'all. We are going to get to my unpopular opinion in a minute, but first, I am trying to guess Jeff's top 5 albums of the year. Jeff is the music expert, so he is voted on his top 5 albums of the year of 2018 so far. And let me see, I'm going to try to guess them, but he's going to give me a few clues. So let's see if I can, out of your top 5, are two or more of the artists over 40 years old?
Are 2 or more of the artists over 40? No.
Is more than one artist female?
Yes.
I already don't like your list. Are any of the artists foreign born?
No, and no.
Are any of them Virginia natives?
No.
All right, cool. So here's my guesses.
Okay.
Nas, Nicki, Cardi, Cole, and...
So hold on. You do want me to rate the top 5
Kanye.
albums as I saw him as being a music buff, or the top as I see him personally? Because you way off key if you think it's what I think personally.
Okay, well just tell me what I got right or wrong.
You got Nicki.
Hold on, let's say it again so everyone's clear. I said Nicki, Cardi,
Right.
Cole,
Right.
Nas,
Right.
and Kanye, right?
Right.
What did I get right?
Nicki and Cole.
What's the other 3?
Rhapsody.
Okay.
Her album was dope. Janelle Monáe's last album. Right?
Right.
That's just fire, right?
Yeah.
And then two-way tie for 2 was Kamikaze and Queen. So M and Nicki.
Right, I forgot about M.
And number 1, KOD. But I do have a few honorable mentions.
Yes, hear it.
Migos, The Culture 2. I thought was crazy. And I'm not a big, you know what I mean? I can't consider them mumble rappers, but I'm not new age hip hop type dude. But with that in the pocket, I said Migos, The Culture 2, and Bentleys and Bongs, Post Malone's album.
Post Malone.
Which I don't like Post Malone. At least I thought I didn't until the second album, which I thought was pretty dope. And then in a 3-way tie for honorable mention, I put Ye, Push, and Nas. Those 7-track
The 40
albums.
Over Club.
The 40 Over Club. But not because they were over 40, because the albums was 7 tracks. Each album was 7 tracks.
On behalf
all 3 of them together make a whole album, so they get an honorable mention.
Kareem, I want you to get
But KOD, album of the year.
I want you to get this audio clear. On behalf of the 40 and older crowd, we say screw you, Jeff McCoy. We're Marlon Brandoing your anomaly for honorable mention.
KOD, album of the year.
All right, cool.
Cole. Jalapeno Coleslaw. That's his whole name.
Anybody in this? All right, cool. So look, anybody in this room ever served in the military?
I got a funny military story.
Let's hear it.
So, my MEPS date, for those who aren't familiar with the term, MEPS is when you go, I guess living here, you go off to Richmond and they measure you and, you know what I mean, get your physical, your big physical for the military to enter. My MEPS date was September the 12th, 2001. As you guys know from previous episodes, I have a strong, tight-knit family. We may not speak all the time, but, you know, there are definitely roles that people play. And my grandmother, God rest her soul, was the matriarch of the family during that time. I graduated high school, was no longer living with her, But I got a phone call the morning of the towers falling. Hey, you watching this craziness on TV? Yeah, you watching it? It's bugged out. Like I just woke up to the second tower being crashed into, and she's like, yeah, no, that's I mean, all this is insane. I don't know what to do. Do me a favor though, real quick. Give me your recruiter's phone number.
And
So I'm like, yeah. I mean, okay, but like, why? I leave like tomorrow. Like she was like, yeah, I know. Just give me his number. I'll call you right back. So I give her the number. She calls back maybe 12 minutes later. I was like, so yeah, unpack your shit. Go get a real job. That military thing is over for you. And that was pretty much what it was. She said it, so it was what
if
was
she
happening.
hadn't intervened, you would have got on that bus?
Yeah.
The next day?
Yeah.
Why?
I didn't have no other plans. I didn't have no other plans.
All right.
I mean, it was real. I mean, I'm glad every day that I didn't. You know what I mean? I'm not. I probably would have never made it out of basic training.
I mean, okay.
I'm too headstrong for that. I mean, I'm sorry, and I say this with all due respect to the military. Like, that's a tough decision to make. Sometimes it's a real easy decision to make based on your situation, but there's a certain level of brainwashing, for lack of a better words, that comes with basic training. They got to tear you down and build you back up again and make a soldier out of you. I've seen it 1,000 times over just living in this town where it's so military heavy influence. Like you can spot a boat boy from a mile away.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
And they have absolutely no need to think for themselves.
Right.
Absolutely no.
So I mean, not taking away their independent. I mean, their free thought or anything like that, but just the way they move and talk, and you know what I mean. It's a whole. It's a level of brainwashing that comes with being put into the military, and reprogramming maybe is a better word, but for all intents and purposes, like I don't think I'm too headstrong. I don't think I'd have made it out. They'd have threw me in the brick. I'd have been slicing potatoes my whole career.
Now, what you said was interesting on many counts, but you preface your comments with, hold on, no disrespect to anyone in the military. And the thing about it is, we feel compelled to say these things about certain topics because certain topics are sacred. So if you have an unpopular opinion about the military, when other people feel like, thank you for our service, military discounts, blah, 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 think of that. You all know those little catchphrases. And if these random veterans interact with a random citizen and feel like this random citizen owes them some sort of debt of gratitude because of their service, and their attitude is a little overzealous, is it okay to say, you're being a little annoying?
Absolutely. Absolutely. When I say with all due respect, I say that to the fact that people, I mean, like both of my father and my grandfather both served. My uncle served. Like, there's a military background in my family, but it's more so to those who have gone out and put their life on limb for our quote unquote freedoms. You know what I mean? That's who I don't want to disrespect. If you did your 8 and got the fuck out and maybe seen some things, but you know what I mean?
Well, I don't want
you push papers behind the desk. I don't say that you devalue
any of them, no matter what they did. But the thing about it is, if you walk around with a level of expectation of I expect, because I got into a small debate with a older relative, an older male relative, because there's many military members and in my family, and for my uncle's funeral, it was a military funeral, and the military did us well. The family was taken care of, and I'm really grateful for that. However, how do you say something like, in my opinion, as a chess player, enlisting in the Army is like volunteering to be a pawn in the government's chess game. And if you say that out loud to an older man who's a military veteran, whether he served in the war or not, that's going to land on people's ears wrong. But that is exactly what it looks like to me.
I think a lot of them understands that, though. I think a lot of them understand that they are very expendable. And that's just the role that they chose, because that role has to be played by somebody.
It does.
So, I mean,
it's almost like respecting the shooter. You know what I mean? Like the game is
You mean in the hood?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? The game is fucked up. Like, in no way, shape, or form should anybody be any part of this game. But hey, since we're here,
Does
and
the
this is
shooter
what
walk
it is,
around to the neighborhood and say, "Hey, respect me, give me 15% off because I'm a shooter"?
Nah, not at all. Not at all. But I think there's certain
bumper stickers that say, "I'm the shooter, so thank me."
Well, no, I think you are definitely right in the sense that if you walk around and expecting, like, I mean, you're in somewhere and you served in the military. Hey, do y'all have military discount? That's one thing. Versus, I served in this country and I'm a vet and I feel like I don't give a shit what you feel like. You fall under the same constitution that we all fall under. So I give a damn about your feelings.
And
Thank you for doing that.
What's
But I can give a shit about what you feel like you deserve because of that.
And first of all, thank you for doing what? Thank you for forwarding the United States agenda. What if everyone is not completely compatible with the United States overall agenda? And if you look at their overall agenda, why would we be? But the next thing,
but at the same time, there's a lot of countries who don't fuck with us.
All right,
like, you know what I mean. And maybe at good right.
Uh-huh.
But at the end of the day, if somebody were to, we looking at this Norfolk skyline. If somebody were to drop something on them right now,
the military would save you. Or they would retaliate.
Or if they tried to drop something right now, let's say they tried to and it was thwarted, then, hey, again, gotta respect the shooter.
All right. See, that doomsday scenario, fine. I'm not really gonna stretch that far because it's just such a stretch. And if they did save our collective lives and they, drizzled down some MSNBC news story, how the hell would you expect righteous people to believe it anyway? I mean, when do we ever get a story that has layers to it that you think every layer is true ever from the government?
Very true, but somebody's played a part in something, and whether it's defending ours or pushing an agenda,
Let's go back to brainwashing.
You can't separate the two. You got to kind of take it all in.
Use the words mind control. This is the thing. If I was an alien life form that never heard of nothing and just landed on Earth, and I realized that all the Earthlings from one country were standing up and repeating words told to them by their leader. And the words began with, "I pledge allegiance to." I would immediately say, hold on, what's going on? Why should anyone be saying those words unless that's coming from their heart? Why should any organization, a corporate organization, a humanitarian organization, a religious organization, a government organization, why should anyone have the nerve to tell children, citizens, say the words, "I pledge allegiance to"? And if you did, how can they fill in the blank for you instead of you filling in the blank for yourself?
Right.
But you know what? I agree with you because when you speak of the agenda of the government, many military don't even know what the agenda is.
Right, they go in and one, to better their life.
Right, they do.
Two, because they have pride for country. They have some sense of nationalism.
And it's a tradition. Like you were saying, you all have, military that's been passed down from generation to generation. It just becomes something that you do, just like going to church. A lot of us go to church every Sunday just because we just went to church. Not because we actually want to be there or we're listening, but we're just sitting there because it's something that's been passed down from grandma to my mama to me. And that's kind of the same concept with military. Because I come in contact, I work with military often. And when you really talking to them, they just really don't know why they're there. But why, I joined the military because my uncle or my dad was in the military. Or, I'm just doing what I'm told to do, but they don't really actually know the conspiracies or the agendas behind what the U.S. military is perpetrating.
This is also what I heard from family members. They said in the struggle for equality in their playing field, the black men, especially the generation ahead of me and the generation ahead of that generation, the military was one of the best accesses to get from here to here in this country. And they said collectively,
Right.
it
I mean,
helped.
that started with. I mean, that's the law that freed slaves, quote unquote.
That's true.
Was joining
Right.
joining the union,
Right.
joining the
But
Union
you
Army.
still
So
didn't get equality. You still didn't get treated like you were
definitely,
equal. You still
I mean,
didn't get any of that.
That still carries on today. But again, it's just let's rewind this back full circle to the whole Nike supporting, Nike supporting Cat,
right?
Nike supporting Cat. Yeah, the military's got an agenda. Yeah, a lot of blacks join the military to get from here to there because they need bodies. Right. But did you see the world? Did you get a check? Did you maybe change Private Tex's mind about black people in the world because y'all were stuck in a platoon together? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, all of those things work for the good. So if it works for the good, regardless of where it comes from.
I will say that my Uncle Willie Joe and my Aunt Priscilla Pope, the military served them well. He served the military well as well, from everything that I hear. And he died a month before his 90th birthday in his home, comfortable with the family around him. So I give thanks once again. And a shout out to all my people in Killeen, my homegirl Tanisha, and I forget your husband's name, from the Up in Smoke vape room in Killeen, Texas, and everyone from my aunt and uncle's church. Once again, thank you for all y'all support. So we're going to take a quick pause. We're going to come back with closing arguments, and me and Jeff going to dig into his shit a little bit more, if that's all right. We'll be right back. Street 16.
Pause.
Yo, I told Kari I'm tired, man. But I'm glad you're here, my brother. I appreciate it. And this was a good debate. And I'm glad you said some things first.